Welcome back to Primetime Sports Tuesday. With uncertainty still clouding Caymanas Park as it relates to the amendment to Rule 44 and the abandonment of races, the government has called stakeholders to a meeting for this Thursday to discuss the recent developments. Denise Walters has this TVJ Sports follow-up.
At a press conference at the AC Hotel in Kingston on Monday, Chairman of SVRL Solomon Sharp called on the government to intervene as Saturday's abandonment of 2 races by the JRC's stewards was a costly affair to all stakeholders.
I'm calling on Minister Clark, calling on the Prime Minister. We need to have a proper conversation about racing. I heard too many persons say that we're on a thin line right now.
Call answered. On Tuesday, Dr. Nigel Clark, the Minister of Finance, in a press release says the stakeholders of the horse racing industry are being invited for a face-to-face meeting with a view to maintaining an environment that is conducive to the stability and growth of the horse racing industry. The meeting is to be held on Thursday, May 2 at the Ministry's Heroes Circle offices. But why did the JRC see it fit to amend Rule 44 that was gazetted in February and came into effect on April 1?
Several complaints were brought to the Board of Commission regarding the numerous delays resulting from the promoting companies' lack of adherence to their own scheduled published post times, which are negatively impacting the safety and health of the horses. These concerns were collectively brought to our attention on behalf of the owners, trainers, and jockeys, and confirmed by our stewards and veterinarians.
Chairman of the JRC, Clovis Metcalf, further added,
on each race day, many of the horses are administered with LASIK. This drug helps to minimize bleeding and has a maximum effective window of 4.5 hours, after which its effectiveness is gradually reduced and health of the horses is compromised, and by extension risk to the jockeys is threatened as rehydration and electrolyte replenishments are delayed.
We have been told about the LASIKs. We have done our research, we have data, and our data suggests otherwise.
Now there's the argument that when the second staging of the ultra-rich Mute Mile took place in December and was aired on Fox Sports Network, the races were run on time.
First of all, on Mute Mile, there were several delays throughout the day. The first race was 20 minutes off. The second and third races were like 2 minutes off. There another race that had, when the horses were actually in the gate, one horse came up with loose headgear.
And while jurisdiction vary in their times before calling off a race past its advertised post time, the Commission is being urged to look at the cultural nuances.
So we have spoken to many of punters who don't want to be shut out at the window, and just the uniqueness of how the different punters go in and delay you. We try to give a little leeway here and there because there are different we have different partners. Our OTBs call us. Hi, can you give us a few more minutes? We have a full OTB, and we have some people on the line that don't want to be shut out. So
at the end of the day, we in Jamaica know we are last minute better. We are last minute shopper. Everything we try to do is the last minute. Okay, so I have no problem if they want to catch the last long as when the weekend come, we get paid for our purses. Kudos to them.
Meanwhile, Sharp says they were never consulted in the process of the proposal of changing the rules. Metcalf says that's not so, as through various emails, SVRL was invited to several meetings but only showed up at the first one in 2021. Denise Walters for TVJ Sports.